camera straight. Boo, 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 boo. Boom. That should do it. And we back for another episode of Our Bottom Line. Hope everybody's having a great day this morning. Let me go ahead and get my tie straight a little bit since I know we have a little bit of time to mess around. Yeah, got the camera straight. Got that good. Okay, how we looking, y'all? We good? Okay. We're going to wait a little bit longer here. I see we got Jeffrey in the building. Liberty and Justice early in the building. Jeffrey from Missouri. Everyone, good morning. Said that. Host with the most. Massachusetts here in the building. That's Liberty and Justice. Batty Lynn, good morning. We're going to do this again. But you know how we do it. We got to wait for somebody right now. I be trying to stall a little bit just to give us some time. So let me see what we got here. Let me see if we're going to get that bling, bling, bling this morning. Let me go ahead and fix the chat. Okay, the chat is fixed. Maybe that's what it do it. Ooh, ooh, bling, bling, bling. Anytime you're ready with your bling, bling, bling. One more time. And open up those pores, open up those pores. Yes, it's Wednesday. Y'all know what we do. We do the My Love. Do you ever dream of candy coated raindrops? You're the same, my candy rain. Y'all know why I'm open, right? Because it's pump that beat. Wednesday, July 9th. That's right, y'all. It's 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Had to change it up because I'm lit right now. That's right, it's Wednesday, July 9th, 2025. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day under the sound of my voice. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell y'all, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to cheer with me, I appreciate you. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. Let's see who's up in the building. We got Jeffrey Spiker saying good morning from Missouri. Liberty and Justice, we got you up in here from Massachusetts. That's what's up. We got Batty Lynn is up in here from Detroit. That's right. And you know we can't forget Miss Rebecca Lon Bueno from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yes, that's right. We also got, who else we got up in here? Gonzalez is from San Diego. Who else? Come on, Gilbert. Hello, sir. Good to you, Gilbert Glenn Jr., Knoxville, Tennessee. That's right, y'all. That's right. Y'all ain't gonna tell me my zipper open. How y'all gonna have me dancing around and moving all around and not tell me that my zipper's open? Y'all like, just let him keep on going, y'all. Just let him keep on going. Don't even tell him that his zipper's open. But it's all good. We fam all around here. I caught it, and we all good. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. Let's see who else we got up in here. John is up in the building right now. That's right. We got America. Good morning from Puerto Rico. That's right, y'all. I got a lot to go into. We got a full clip this morning. I got some follow-ups. I got Trump news. I got tariff stuff. I got stuff about, we're going to be doing a bunch of that today. Also, we got a whole bunch of stuff about money. A whole lot that we really need to cover and follow through with. You guys came here for the news. Y'all want to know what's going on. So guess what? I got a full clip. And without any further ado, let's get into these titles. What do I got over here? I have Trump. What happened to 90 trade deals in 90 days is what he was asked by a reporter at the dinner that they were having with Benjamin Netanyahu. They took a couple of questions, and one reporter definitely asked him, what about the trade deals that you promised? You said 90 trade deals in 90 days. Okay, so he's going to follow up on that in the clips. And what else do we have here? We've got the United States troops on the ground in Los Angeles. What seems to be an immigration operation. Seems like they were out, they were deployed, moving all around. They say no one got arrested, but people really felt a little bit nervous because they were running around, got people in technical uniforms, and they went down to the federal building right after that. And of course, they picketed and stuff like that. So we're going to get into that clip. LA's still going at it. We've got the info here. And last but not least, what else do we got here? No, that's not actually good, but that's what we got this morning. And without any further ado, you guys, let's get into it. What's the first thing that I got coming on board right now? I've got the president, like I reported and promised and said, where a reporter asked him a question as he was having the presidential host to Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House, the same day that we showed you guys that he received the nomination from Netanyahu to be nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. This is when he took a few questions. Let's make sure we have audio here. Hope everybody's good. Let me know where you're chiming in from, and let's get it.
President, on tariffs, what happened to 90 trade deals in 90 days?
Oh, we've spoken to everybody. We know everything. It's all done.
What's day 8?
I told you, we'll make some deals, but for the most part, we're going to send a letter. We're going to say, welcome to the United States. If you'd like to participate in the greatest, most successful country ever. I mean, we're doing better than ever. We have, I don't think, and you're going to see these numbers soon. We've never had numbers like this. We've never had investment like this. We have more than 90. We're going to have much more than 90, but most of those are going to be sent a letter. This is exactly what I said. Now, we've made a deal with United Kingdom. We've made a deal with China. We've made a deal. We're close to making a deal with India. Others we met with, and we don't think we're going to be able to make a deal, so we just send them a letter. If you want to play ball, you have to. This is what you have to pay. So, as far as I'm concerned, we're done. We're sending out letters to various countries telling them how much tariffs they have to pay. Some will maybe adjust a little bit, depending if they have a cause. We're not going to be unfair about it. And actually, it's a small fraction compared to what we should be getting. We could be asking for much more, but for the sake of relationships that we've had with a lot of really good countries, we're doing the way I do it. But we could be getting a lot more. We could ask for a lot more than what we're asking for.
All right, we got to keep on going now because now we got to get over to your Uncle Tom, who you guys like to call him. Because basically Uncle Tom is talking something serious here, guys. Basically what's going on is he said he's been warning about this for 2 months with all of the pushback against what's going on with the picketing, as well as the protesters and everything that's going on right now with Homeland Security / ICE. He's already known what's going on with that. As far as the Iranian immigrants that were here, they're already cracking down on that. You know what? Let's let Tom talk to you guys about it and see how much we can get out of him. Let's go right into that clip right there and see what Mr. Holman has for us here.
Five Borders, our Tom Holman's been with us, and Tom, I know you're not talking about what the president talked about, but there was so much news today. Violence on the left coming this time against Border Patrol and ICE agents over the last few days. Your reaction to what we've seen, it's inevitable in my view, but your reaction tonight to what could have been a lot worse.
I've been warning about this for 2 months. I think last time I did your show, Laura, we talked about it. I also talked about it in the Hannity show that I've been around a long time. I said if the rhetoric didn't decrease significantly, it's going to end up with loss of life. It's going to end up with a use of force, either against a protester turning criminal or against ICE or Border Patrol agent. Someone's going to be seriously injured, if not killed. And of course, the media attacked me. Fearmonger Holman. He's threatening that someone's going to die. Look, I've been around a long time. You got members of Congress, Gabriel, comparing them to terrorists. AOC says we're out there violating people's civil and constitutional rights. You got Jeffries out there running his mouth about the Gestapo. And it just the ramped up rhetoric is going to cause a situation where someone loses their life. We saw that today. I was hoping I'd be wrong, but I wasn't. And I'll tell you something else. It's not the end. Unless we stop the hateful rhetoric against ICE and Border Patrol, comparing them to Nazis, there's going to be more situations like that. ICE has already stepped up enforcement posture at their facilities. Border Patrol's done the same thing. But the rhetoric has to stop. They're simply enforcing the law that Congress enacted. So for Congress to attack them to enforcing the laws they wrote, it's ridiculous. It's going to end in bloodshed. I think there will be more bloodshed.
Do we know anything about the maniac who ambushed the Border Patrol agents yet, Tom?
He spent a lot of time on Call of Duty, a video game, and one of the people that's in that game is an anarchist. He was playing the anarchist. What he had spray paint on his paint on his car was associated to that. So this is a plan he had. His plan was to kill Border Patrol agents.
All right. Tom, I'm sorry.
That was that 27-year-old that we showed you guys that was down yesterday after trying to, take out Border Patrol, fired a few shots. They fired back and took him out. We're going to keep on moving now, guys, because this is basically what's going on, what was going on with this operation, because there were some U.S. troops on the ground in L.A., immigration enforcement operation, what the department says. I want you guys to check this out. Department of Justice says.
After federal agents and troops gathered at a park for what appeared to be an immigration-related operation, but the mayor claims the only thing interrupted was a children's summer camp. ABC's Christian Cordero has details. Christian, good morning.
Andrew, good morning. The questions being raised about that show of force come as more immigration officers come under attack, facing ambushes and assaults. This morning, new questions after federal agents descended onto MacArthur Park in Los Angeles yesterday. 90 National Guard troops in tactical gear deploying to the mostly empty park. Officials only saying the troops were there to support immigration authorities.
What a disgrace, what's happening in MacArthur Park.
There go your boy.
What theater?
California Governor Gavin Newsom slamming the Trump administration.
Those National Guard men and women that were out there protecting people are now being used as political pawns.
Who were in the park today were children. It was their summer camp.
Mayor Karen Bass saying there were no threats at the park, only children whose camp was interrupted.
Did this 8-year-old tell me that he was afraid of ICE? Did the 80-year-old tell me that he was afraid of ICE?
Yeah, we got some more on this. I know you guys can't wait to hear more from Karen Bass. I got you. I totally understand. And you guys saw what happened. First, we started up with that. Now we went to the follow-up so I could show you guys actually what was going on the grounds. Anybody in LA actually saw this? Tell me how it was. If you have any comments, that would help everybody to understand what the feeling was like as well, if anybody was actually out there. We got, you can be serious. What else you got over here? I'm trying to, before the messages go up so quick. What y'all got for me? Jeffrey says FAFO. We got Shark that says good, FUCK Ice. Ooh, Casey says good morning, Bugatti and HOBL fam. Good morning, Casey. Rebecca says good morning. Okay, what you got? Chance, drug addicts in MacArthur Park. Ooh, Jonathan says I don't know if I support Trump anymore. Okay, Jonathan. Y'all heard that from Jonathan. Chad C says, did they go to pet the horses and play with the machine guns? Question mark. Don't try to get me in trouble by saying that word, Chad. Stop that. Jeffrey says, if you like illegals, yes, you should be afraid of ICE. Okay. Casey says, Rebecca, like, what's up? Let's keep on going, you guys, because I want to go over to the White House right now because we got some information where Trump's top trade advisor, Peter Navarro, is announcing the stock and the shocking new tariff updates on what's going on with these tariffs that we saw that were proceeding a moment ago. Let's keep on going, y'all. What we getting from Peter?
Hey, Peter Navarro here. Great piece in The Hill, op-ed on nomination of Jay Powell as the worst Fed chairman in history. And I want to just share with you, the American people, the case against Powell. It's really important to understand that we're in a situation now where the Federal Reserve is holding interest rates artificially high, contrary to the data. They should be at least 50 basis points lower, maybe more. And why does that matter to you, the American people? Let me count the ways. If you think about rates that are 50% higher than they should be, that's a loss of about a quarter to a half point of real gross domestic product growth. And that translates into lost jobs to the tune of about 750,000 jobs we don't create. It translates into lost tax revenues. And when the Fed holds rates higher than it otherwise should, 50 basis points higher, for example, we have to pay for our national debt, and about 20 to 30% of that debt is financed through short-term debt rather than long-term bonds. So if you're paying 50% higher, that's a couple $100 billion added to our debt because of higher interest costs. So he's making a really big mistake, and what I do in the op-ed in the Hill is I talk about how this is not Powell's first major blunder, it's his third. And let me walk you through that. When I was here, standing right here, years ago during the first Trump administration, Jay Powell decided to raise rates even though there was no sign of inflation. He just didn't understand Trumpnomics. He was seeing our tariffs, he was seeing our tax cuts, he was seeing what we were doing in energy policy deregulation. He didn't understand that that was going to create robust economic growth without inflation. And he went ahead and raised the interest rates. And the Fed's own analysis after the fact showed that we lost about a point of gross domestic product growth, which is like, that's trillions of dollars over time. When Biden was in the White House, Powell wanted to get reappointed, so he coddled up to Joe Biden, and the practical result of that was he refused to raise rates even as inflation was rising dramatically. And then once he got appointed, he raised the rates, but it was too late. And we wound up with that horrible inflation. And the other thing I hold Jay Powell.
All right, man, I got you, bro. I'm not gonna bore my people to death with the numbers. I know people like, come on, Bugatti, save us. I got y'all, I got you. But y'all always want to talk about the money, 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 money. And he was talking about the money. So I gotta let you get as much as you can. Okay, good morning, Natalie. Natalie, good morning, everybody. Other countries ship to the U.S., they make a lot of money off the goods and services provided. If the country is an enemy and causes to especially lose businesses here, or then terrified. I'm sorry, I guess you mean tariffs are applied, says John. Okay, America, get the guy out. Talking too much. There you go. I know what you're saying. Chad C, didn't Elon call him Peter Retardo? Chad C, I love you, bro. Good looking for that. That was a nice boost. Let's go on over to Mother Russia. Let's go to Russia. I have a question for you guys. Don't let the smoke screens fool you. If I was to talk to you guys like I could, we would be even deeper than we go. Because there's a situation right now where the minister his name is Roman Star Rafet. He's been sacked by Putin, meaning he's lost his job, right? But also means he's been fired, of course. But guess what? He was found boop, 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 right outside of his house in his car. Come on now. Y'all gonna tell me that this don't have something to do with each other? Okay, you don't work for me no more. You're fired. You think he gonna just let you go? Oh my God. And the person that takes that job, why would you take that job if you know what the prior person got? I'm gonna let this video tell it. Because I told it kind of good, but I'm gonna let the video tell it because this is crazy. Come on, y'all, let's go over to Mother Russia.
Welcome back to today's Verified Live. Well, Russia's...
Hey, real quick, how would you find the answer in all this data?
You get Saspaya.
Saspaya. Cool. Oh, here we go.
The quickest way from a billion points of data to a point of view.
Saspaya. YouTube Live.
Welcome back to today's Verified Live. Well, Russia's former transport minister has been found dead today, several hours after being fired by Vladimir Putin. Officials say the body was discovered inside his car in a Moscow suburb, and he'd most likely shot himself. Well, let's go.
Well, y'all know that dog with the brown ear, with the face, he'd be like this. Shot him himself? Yeah, okay. Just happened to get fired, and now they found him outside. It's just a whole bunch of crap that gets stacked. This might as well be a movie plot right here. I'm about to make a movie off of this right here.
Several hours after being fired by Vladimir Putin. Officials say the body was discovered inside his car in a Moscow suburb, and he'd most likely shot himself. Well, let's go straight to Moscow and talk to the BBC's Russia editor, Steve Rosenberg. And Steve, tell us a little more about what we know around the circumstances of the minister's death.
This is all we know so far. So this morning, the Kremlin announced that the transport minister, Roman Starovoyt, was sacked. A decree signed by President Putin appeared on the Kremlin website. Then President Putin appeared with Mr. Starovoyt's replacement, the new acting transport minister, on Russian state television. This afternoon, the news broke that the former transport minister had been found dead in his car or near his car in a park on the edge of Moscow, reportedly with a pistol on the ground, and Russian investigators said an investigation had been launched. This was a suspected suicide, according to investigators. So quite dramatic turn of events today.
A dramatic turn of events, all that happened in one day. You got all in one day. This is a movie plot. Come on.
First, the transport minister sacked, and then found dead in the afternoon.
I'm sure around the world, perhaps he's not a familiar name, but tell viewers a little more about him.
Well, he was 53. Roman Starovoyt, he'd only been transport minister for just a little over a year. Before that, he'd been governor of Russia's Kursk region, the region that borders Ukraine. And interestingly, the man who succeeded him in that job, Alexei Smirnov, he was recently arrested and accused of large-scale fraud in connection with the construction of defensive fortifications on that Russia-Ukrainian border. Now, we don't know whether any of that case has anything to do with Mr. Starovoyt.
Yeah, okay. We got enough. Y'all go ahead and do what y'all doing with the ABC, KGB, XMOC, whatever like that. I got my people in the comments. They already know what's up. We got most likely, said Chad C. Casey says not likely. Rebecca's like highly unlikely. We got Rebecca that says don't want him to spill the secrets. What else we got up in there? Liberty of Justice says whenever something fishy is going on, someone commits suicide pattern. Exactly, Casey. What is a hell of a day? Sheesh, exactly. All in one day. Found in a car, but the gun was on the ground. Exactly, and found. There you go. What else we got here? He slipped and fell, guys. Chill. Batty Lynn's like, yeah, LOL at Rocky, no doubt. Chad C. The drone attack fault was identified. Ah, there you go, Casey. Got him with the frozen bullet. Y'all gonna get me in trouble for saying words like that. We got to go on over to LA. Let's go. Federal immigrants. What's going on over here? This federal immigration operation. It was met and received with Newsom and base. And what's her name? Bass. I'm gonna let them go ahead and say what they wanted to say on that last clip. But we're gonna let the other side and the other sides and every side get their side and what they want to say. So yeah, we're gonna let everybody have their comments on what happened at MacArthur Park. And I'm not on any side, but sometimes I just don't like to hear the from certain people, but we gotta let it go.
Earlier today, dozens of federal agents flanked by National Guard troops swarmed MacArthur Park. Mayor Bass and Governor Gavin Newsom denounced their actions as political theater intended to scare the community.
Over a dozen military vehicles, Humvees, agents on horseback flooded the park, but we still don't know if they actually detained anyone. Rachel Menitoff live from downtown LA with more details for us tonight. Rachel.
Share John, Mayor Karen Bass called it a political stunt. She told us she does not believe anyone was actually detained, that this was more performative and a way to create fear in the community. Now, you can probably hear many people now gathering outside of the federal building where troops have been stationed for the last couple of weeks. They are reinforcing Mayor Bass's message and protesting the ongoing ICE activity in LA, of which today's was one of the largest.
To me, this is another example of the administration ratcheting up chaos by deploying what looked like a military operation in an American city. So I went to MacArthur Park because it is very important that the truth be told about what happened there. Now, you can spin it any way you like, but in my opinion, it's a political agenda of provoking fear and terror.
Every day they are here, they disrupt the economy and they cost this state and this city and county millions and millions of dollars in real money, but also the kind you can't count, And that's making people scared to leave their houses and making people scared to go to school and to the doctor and to call the police or the fire department when something is wrong.
I assume that gentleman is speaking of illegal immigrants who are in fear of making those phone calls because they may feel that these people or the police may show up and put them in handcuffs because they're illegally here. Nothing that I have to say. Maybe they were documented in something like that, or that's probably something that a judge would say, or they possibly walked over the border in one of those, what do they call it, convoys. And this is basically how an illegal person would actually come to the country. And that's probably the people that are in fear of that. But probably other people as well, because they feel like they may get the unnecessarily and get roughed up until they prove who they are. So I could see that being a possibility. Just wanted to level that off and let everybody get a clear understanding of what was going on in that clip right there. It's a very sensitive situation, a sensitive topic. I don't like to really grab onto things like that, but I like to be pretty clear. No one goes to the park in 85 degrees on a Monday. Okay, Free Diddy says somebody fuzz buzz. What's that, fuzz buzz? We got one of our gloves over here that says they're putting fear into the people. What else we got? What else we got? We got Capital Caveman. I like that name. Captain Caveman and son. The world is a vampire. Okay, Eddie Hotchkiss. Or the citizens born and bred but scared and have to prove in a free country you're right about that. You moron, or you trying to call me a moron? Stop playing with me, Eddie. You got that one too. I'm gonna let you get that because you know what I'm saying, you probably took me the wrong way, but it's all good. Let's come on over to New York and Brooklyn. We got this man that's been arrested for this random attack, attempting of a kidnapping of a 6-year-old boy. You guys saw that video we showed you in Coney Island yesterday. Little guy was playing on the ground and his stunt went over there trying to pick him up. Then his parents basically caught him, got him on video. Well, guess what? You know what he got, right? He got locked up and they ain't letting him out. Come on over to Brooklyn, y'all. We got some video clips to show you. We're going to show you guys the before and after because a lot of people probably don't even know what we're talking about. So let's go to the beginning of what's going on over here, right? And then I'm going to swing on back. Excuse me. I'm going to swing on back and let you guys see the follow-up on this. Check this out. This was Coney Island, and this was when a little kid was just hanging out playing.
Tonight we are getting our first look at the man accused of trying to kidnap it.
Oh, sorry about that. I was trying to get you the heat first. Where you at? Where you at? There you go. Yeah, let's. Oh, it's the same one. So I guess I'm gonna see if I can get you guys the before and after. I'd like you guys to actually see what was going on.
A 6-year-old little boy in Brooklyn, and when the boy's parents saw what was happening, that man threw the child to the ground. Tonight, Eyewitness News reporter Lucy Yang spoke with that young boy and his very relieved parents.
It was scary. And I didn't like it.
6-year-old Rashem Gant has good reason to be frightened after this bizarre and alarming episode in Coney Island Sunday night. The family was on their way to get some popcorn before heading home to Queens when a stranger suddenly picked up their son and started walking off with him, as you can see in this cell phone video.
When he saw me come, he ran and he slammed my son on the ground. I took off running after this guy because he could not, he will not, and cannot get away.
Exactly.
Eventually, the parents pinned down the man on Surf and Stillwell and held him until police arrived. 36-year-old Jonathan Robolino now charged with assault and attempted kidnapping.
He deserves whatever comes to him for what he did to my child.
In the heat of the moment, both parents ran after the man while strangers watched their son and 10-month-old daughter. We're told the crowd later confirmed for police that the parents were the victims.
The cops came and they thought that we was just jumping on somebody for no reason.
I just had my foot on his chest to hold him down. I didn't have the heart to stomp him. Violence is not my way.
Keep things about the man put me on the ground. And I keep thinking about it right now.
Rashem finally got his popcorn a day later, but fear leaves a bitter aftertaste. Meanwhile, officials believe Robolino suffers from mental health issues. In Coney Island, Lucy Yang, Channel 7.
me see something. I want to make sure I got everything off of this. Excuse me, guys. I got to do some extra work here. That's kind of what I do. I want to make sure that there wasn't anything in that other video that we missing that I threw back there. So let me see something real quick. Yeah, something we was going to miss. I want to see the cuffs when we going to court. Dude look like he's a little off his rocker, though. That's the perfect example of what we talk about around here. You get the, make sure it clicks. Then you get the other, and now it's watch your head with that stupid bun on top. And then now he taking a ride of shame. But he's so messed up in the head, you guys see him doing all this? All this tweaking and stuff like that? Yeah, something wrong with him. And there's a lot of people on the streets of New York walking around like that and on the train station. And they get on the train doing crazy stuff like that. Just tweaking and moving all around and acting dumb. Yeah, y'all got to be careful out there. They got dunce like this running around. And this ain't no fear mongering. You see the before and after and the during. Now what they need to do is make sure if he's not supposed to be here, send him somewhere far. Y'all already know where I think he need to go. Might as well send him over to Alligator Alcatraz, right? And then get him the HE-double-O hockey sticks up out of our country. What we got going on over here? We got Make America Great Again from Nico. We got Austin that says, Larson, you'll get more of that with, okay, what else we got? We got Casey that says he looks shot. Exactly. He looked crazy. Natalie says, how long will he stay locked up, though? It's in New York. Exactly. Exactly. Raymond, you should report the man whose father was a okay, what else you got? It's going too fast. Casey says, Dean, question mark. Operation Your Service is Elias Shelley. Poor child, God bless him, and he's safe and sound. Thank you, Shelley, for staying on topic so we can have a great dialogue going on. American says he looks like Benicio del Toro in Usual Suspects. Woo! Republicans will ask if a guy was an illegal immigrant. Yes, we want to know. They want to know. They definitely want to know. Liberty and Justice says, one time when I was taking the train with my daughter, a man was trying to talk to her and I freaked out. I was very careful. Big coward and big cowards with your children. Yeah, you got to be careful with your children. You got to be careful. Yeah, man. We're gonna go on over to we're gonna see what's this. Sheriff says Gabriel official found no longer alive due to a terrible, toxic, and bad relationship. He was providing drugs to his boyfriend, and he may have taken off for criminals. So let me line this up for you guys. We got somebody that's a sheriff's deputy that was working in a precinct. Had a bad domestic relationship with a boyfriend. Yes, a gay couple. That's right. He was providing drugs to his gay boyfriend. And next thing you know, comes up, no longer alive. And let the sheriff tell you guys what's going on here, because it's such a gambit of stuff going on. I was like, wait a minute, is he a sheriff? Is he a police officer? What is it? So let them explain what's going on here. Check this out, you guys.
A day after the stabbing death of a St. Gabriel police captain, the investigative unit uncovered a bombshell about what led to the killing.
The Iberville Parish Sheriff's Office confirms Captain Devin Boutte and the suspect Warren Mitchell were in a relationship that spun out of control for both.
No. You did not say that his name was Boutte and he happened to be gay. I could say that. His name is Boutte? Oh, no, it's not. We got to go back. I don't care. Yeah, let's go. Let's go there. What's his name?
Captain Devin Boutte and the suspect Warren Mitchell were in a relationship that spun out of control for both of them. Best casualty with what she uncovered.
Michael, Sylvia, this explosive information comes from the sheriff's office, where investigators told me Boutte and Mitchell were already on their radar after several tips.
And she called him Boutte.
On Sunday, news of 34-year-old police captain Devin Boutte's potential murder rocked the small community of St. Gabriel.
Devin was in love with the police department and the city of St. Gabriel. He loved this community, and they loved him.
Boutte's chief, Kevin Ambo, was the first person to find his body.
Hopefully I'll never have to witness something like that again.
He tells us it was Bootie's boyfriend, Warren Mitchell III, who alerted him.
I was notified by the assailant, sent an officer out. I came out and checked myself, and I ended up finding him succumb to his injuries.
Mitchell confessed over the phone. The sheriff's office says Bootie was ambushed here in his home while he was sleeping. Mitchell allegedly stabbed him twice, once in the front and in the back. And investigators recovered that kitchen knife still inside Bootie when they arrived. What they also recovered inside the home that the police captain and Mitchell had been sharing, drugs. According to the sheriff's office, Bootie had been providing Mitchell with weed and meth to sell and use.
Seems to be that Bootie lost his direction through the relationship with this man. It clouded his judgment.
Sheriff Brett Stassi says he had gotten a tip about this weeks ago.
And that would be our jurisdiction.
And actually asked the Attorney General's office to investigate Bootie just 10 days before he was killed.
There's nothing that you can compare this crime to any other that I can remember in recent years.
The suspect, 25-year-old Warren Mitchell III, has a lengthy criminal past.
Drugs, robbery, even some indecent behavior with back when he was a juvenile.
And was even a suspect in a murder in Texas in 2021. In fact, he was out on bond for a robbery he allegedly committed last month when the stabbing happened.
We've talked to the people in the community.
Stassi says that robbery was a key point in the pair's increasingly toxic relationship.
He thought that he was trapped in this relationship and this was the only way out. He had attempted a couple times prior to get out of this relationship, and he couldn't seem to get away.
Meaning what exactly?
A few weeks ago, he did a robbery at a store, knowing that he would be arrested and brought to jail, and that in fact happened. He posted a $27,000 bond, and Captain Bootie went to the store and tried to repay the money and asked that they would come forward to drop charge.
Despite the term not being used officially, the situation between Bootie and Mitchell has all the red flags of domestic violence.
I don't know about y'all, but every time I hear the name, it takes away from what happened. I mean, especially knowing what we know. But we have to pray for the life that was lost, as well as the family and the community, and hope that they are strong in this time, and we hope that God receives Mr. Bootie into heaven's gates. Amen. Thank you, and thank you. Thank you. Amen. Amen. Let's do that right. Let's do that right. Let's do that right. Okay, we got to keep on going. And I'm not going to let y'all catch me because I'm not even looking at those comments. I know what y'all are doing over there. Y'all trying to bait me, and I know what's going on. I see y'all. I see the smiling faces. All right, thanks for the hands, and that's right, because it's respect, right? We got to respect. But I'm holding back the other thing. You know how when God come over your shoulder, and he like this, and that, yeah, that's what I'm doing also. It's hard. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Working on it. Tampa Bay Rays. What's his name? Franco, he was found guilty of abusing a minor and sentence was suspended. We got to get on over to this. This is another serious situation right here. We got these situations where we don't understand and wonder why these people are doing the things that they're doing until you get caught. That's when you feel like, you feel guilty. You might be able to do certain things like that in other countries, wander Franco, but you can't do that here. Check this out, what we got going on with this former Tampa Bay Rays player. Messed up his whole career.
Baseball player Wander Franco was found guilty of sexually abusing a minor and given a 2-year suspended prison sentence. A Dominican court ruled on Thursday. The 24-year-old was also fined, but will avoid jail time if he meets certain conditions laid out by a judge. Franco, once a star shortstop from Major League Baseball's Tampa Bay Rays, was accused of having a relationship with a 14-year-old girl, allegedly with her mother's consent.
What?
Prosecutors said the acts happened in the Dominican Republic and involved payments and travel amounting to exploitation. The victim's mother was also convicted on Thursday and sentenced to 10 years in prison and fined.
Thank you, Shelley.
Prosecutors Jose Martinez said they proved the victim's mother laundered money and exploited her daughter's vulnerability. Franco had been under investigation since August 2023 and was placed on administrative leave by Major League Baseball.
What?
Once considered one of baseball's top young prospects, he signed an 11-year, $182 million contract extension with the Rays in 2021. He has not played in the major leagues since being placed on leave.
"14 years old, mom's pimping her out. Mom Duke, Shelly, thank you, massive respect, thank you too. Everybody, let's go ahead and give Shelly mad respect for the $4.99 super chat. We appreciate that. Did you guys see that nonsense? Wow, goofy. I see you guys will avoid jail time. Exactly. What's that about? Wait, Mandy, what's that about? Exactly. What is that about? And you know how we get down. Somebody says wood chipper. Exactly. Is he crazy? Is this, what's going on? That money is guaranteed in baseball. It's sad, but he's straight for the rest of his life. Good morning. It gets wicked in the third world. That was crazy. That was bananas right there. It's crazy. So he basically got off and he paid the moms to do whatever, and he still got to get, just like the person in the comments said, that money is real because they still got to give him that money for the baseball contract. All right, we're going to keep on moving forward because we got some craziness going on in Atlanta right now because 2 people were in critical condition after this car crash at a gas station in Northwest Atlanta. To me, I think that the guy was doing donuts and that stupid drifting that they be doing now. I think that that's what caused this crap right here. They just don't want to admit it because they said that the passenger was his girlfriend and she got out. But from what I'm hearing, I'm not stupid. I think that this was one of them drifting situations.
2 minutes after 5, we're following this breaking news this morning. 2 people are in the hospital after they crashed their car into a building overnight. It was on Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway at a vacant gas station. Atlanta News First Sarah Hammond is live right now. She's at Grady Memorial. Sarah, how in the world did this happen?
Well, that's the part that is still under investigation right now. We know that the man and the woman who were in the car were brought here to Grady Memorial Hospital, but we don't know right now what actually caused the crash. But take a look at your screen here. This is video from the scene. The car crashed through this vacant gas station that's currently under renovation just off I-285. This happened just after 2 o'clock this morning. The woman, according to the fire department, got out of the car on her own. The man had to be rescued from the car by fire crews on the scene. Both, again, brought to the hospital in serious condition. Crews have since removed the car from the building. An Atlanta Fire and Rescue PIO, Andre Holmes, says the call initially came in as a fire.
When we got here, we noticed that there were 2 passengers inside the vehicle. We immediately extricated the male driver, and we transferred care to Grady EMS.
Now we're told officials will be back out at the building a little later to assess.
Yeah, that looked like a fast car. That looked like something that they was like an SS or something like that. Homeboy was probably burning it up kind of late, doing some stupid stuff and kind of drinking. It looks like that's what it is. I'm not sure, but it could be. What you guys got for me? I do donuts. Said hi. Somewhere in Texas, some Antifa dudes attacked ICE. Oh yeah, I heard about that. We got that. We did that yesterday. Okay, R.I.P. to Booty. All right, yeah, R.I.P. to Booty. Where is ICE, question mark? Okay, IQ test for drivers bill coming soon. Okay, Bill Leslie says, too much RAM, not enough Dodge. That was a good one. That was a good one. I like that one. We got to get on over to this news segment because despite earlier stoking, Trump officials say that Epstein conspiracy theorists, they're like, wait a minute, he got some Epstein stuff? I don't know. I told you guys whatever I find, I'm going to try to put it up, even if it's from somebody that you don't like.
In business. This one went up recently in Washington, also about 8 feet tall. It's really...
I want you guys to check this out right now because we got this situation where they're trying to fight back against Donald Trump and the administration.
Now apparently we're back in business. This one went up recently in Washington, also about 8 feet tall. It's really big. It shows Trump's signature thumbs up photo pose smashing down onto the crown of the Statue of Liberty. It says in bronze letters across the front, "Dictator approved." And then on the four sides of the base, it has 4 quotes from dictators, all praising Trump. There's a quote praising Trump from Vladimir Putin, one from Viktor Orban, one from Jair Bolsonaro, and one from Kim Jong-un. That dictator-approved one went up a few weeks ago in roughly the same place as the Pelosi desk poop statue. The White House was apparently very unhappy about this one. They put out a sort of sad, scoldy, petulant statement about it. They said, quote, "In the United States of America, you have the freedom to display your so-called art, no matter how ugly it is." They actually said that in a White House statement. The people who created that so-called art apparently heard that statement from the White House and thought, challenge accepted. Washingtonian magazine got a comment from one of the anonymous organizers behind that piece of art, who told them that once the White House put out that statement, "You have the freedom to display your so-called art no matter how ugly it is." Once they heard that from the White House as an official White House statement, they decided they would meet the challenge. They would try to create, quote, "the ugliest art that we could think of." And so then they put up a new piece. And it actually has that full White House quote on a plaque. And that plaque is on yet another new sculpture, I think deliberately designed to be as ugly as possible. It's got a like gold spray painted ivy and a gold spray painted eagle and a gold spray painted TV. And in these images, it looks like the TV is off, but in situ, this sculpture actually has the TV playing stuff. The TV apparently is battery powered, and it runs a constant loop of video clips of Trump doing his signature dance where he looks like he's doing something rude with each hand. And these clips that play on a loop on this sculpture, they include a little squib of video of Trump kind of doing that dance at a party with the late millionaire pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, to whom President Donald Trump was in fact a friend.
All right, I see where they're going with this. Art, trying to make a voice out of the art. I think it was pretty clever. I don't know. I actually like it. I think it was pretty cool, pretty funny, making a statement. Why not let people get their voice and opinion out? That's what art is about, expression. Now we got to keep on moving. Come on, Philadelphia. We got a bad situation in Philadelphia, and it keeps stacking in Philadelphia. Where we got this mass powwowing at Grays Ferry during the 4th of July. Somebody lost their lives, and the father of a 24-year-old. The sad part about this is he was already in a wheelchair. His cousins were supposed to be taking him to the store. They wound up taking him over there, and he lost his life. And that's terrible because a lot of other people were powed at this situation. Philadelphia, y'all got to do better, man. You got to do better. Treat people better. Life is so much more important, and this is a terrible, sad situation. We're going to pray for the father after this.
Tonight, we're learning more about some of the victims in that deadly mass shooting in Grays Ferry. Philadelphia police say it was one of 19 shooting incidents over the July 4th weekend. 3 people in the Grays Ferry mass shooting were killed and 9 more injured. Investigators returning to the scene today. And Kelly, you spoke with the family of one of the victims who died. Unfortunately, this is not the first time they've dealt with gun violence.
Yeah, Sheba, sadly that is the case. The father of 24-year-old Azir Harris had a heartbroken plea to the city of Philadelphia today to put the guns down. He says Azir was a father to a 1-year-old little boy and a paraplegic because he survived a drive-by shooting when he was only 17 years old. This family has been through so much, and they are devastated.
I carried him at his time when he was down, and now I can't be able to pick him up no more, and it hurts. Really do. It hurts me bad.
Troy Harris says he keeps a close watch on his son, the youngest of 6, 24-year-old Azir Harris, who has been wheelchair-bound since he was 17 years old following his injuries in a drive-by shooting in South Philadelphia. When Azir's friends got him out of the house last night, he says he didn't question it.
But I figured they'd either go to the store or get some juice or something like that. I never thought that he would be be on the other side of town when that happened to him.
He identified Azir, an outgoing, positive father to a 1-year-old boy, as one of the 3 victims shot and killed on the 1500 block of South Edding Street around 1 a.m. He says Azir's son's mother was one of the 9 other victims injured in the shooting. Emotional loved ones gathered outside Penn Presbyterian Hospital all morning for updates as police were seen towing vehicles away for evidence. As seen in this surveillance video, police say they believe more than 100 shots erupted during an impromptu block party gathering on the block. Police say this video is part of their ongoing investigation. The gunfire striking homes and cars, one of them towed from the neighborhood today. Commissioner Kevin Bethel said he believes at least one gun had a switch on it, a device that can convert handguns into fully automatic machine guns.
We had a significant level of violence over the weekend, but we can continue to see our trends are not heading in the opposite direction. We will not go back to the times where we had 560 plus homicides. That is not happening.
Frustration. I understand what happened last night, but it's really about understanding what we did yesterday and tomorrow.
Tyreek Glasgow with the Young Chances Foundation says they set up most days like this on the block with other agencies, including the 17th District Police. He says he had to cancel summer camp today as many children were scared to leave home.
To wake up this morning from what happened last night is a travesty. So it takes us to change this.
Harris also hoping for a change as his family manages a new nightmare.
I just want to say, put these guns down, man. It's a better way to solve it. Really do. It's a better way to solve it.
Commissioner Bethel did say today that officers were in the area of South Edding Street earlier in the night for what he calls a pop-up event. He said they took care of that, and at one point they were pulled a few blocks away for another incident, and that's when he says the gunfire erupted. Police are asking anybody that has additional information to call 215-686-TIPS.
Yeah, somebody in the comments says slick setup, and that sounds terrible, but how maybe it could be. Somebody said slick setup. We also got probably in the car jail. That's brutal. What else we got? Liberty and Justice says so sad for the young man. Casey Ramos, damn shame. So yes, you know what we do over here? We got to pray for the father that's in so much pain, and the son who lost his life after a first attempt on his life, and now the second one that finally took him out. Lord, we ask you to bring him into heaven in Jesus' name, and you know what I'm saying, pray for the strength and to his father have some strength to be able to move on in this terrible time. We ask and we pray. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. It's terrible situations going on. Philly, besides the trash, look at what else is going on over there, yo. Y'all got to cut it out. And like, come on, the kid was already in the wheelchair. It's terrible, man. Terrible. What we got over here? Change is needed to these cities. People need to become involved and get these politicians out who don't care. I'm from Philly. It's crazy over here, says Brandon S. Look at that. Brandon said it's crazy. I believe you, Brandon. You be strong, man, because there's like a lot of strays and stuff going on out there. Casey says, hey, amen. And we got a lot of other people in here that understand what's going on. Supporting a criminal. I don't understand that. We all going to die one day, but not like that, Blockburn. Pews are causing crime, but not just the pews. It's a lot of these YNs, and we talked about that yesterday. The young ninjas that's running around with them and getting too much fast access to them, and they living out Grand Theft 6 or whatever like that. They're still in simulation when they come outside. They're not acting like they're all regular people anymore. They're still in simulation mode. You see the way that they was firing off those ots? Think about it. The bottom line is this. They don't know who they were aiming at. Could have got anybody across the street or whatever. That was crazy. Now we got to go on over to Minnesota because we got the situation where Jordan Collins Sr., the father of the namesake Jordan Collins Jr., has been arrested of his own son. The teen has not been formally charged yet. I'm sorry, his father. The teen basically said that he was trying to defend himself from his father because of what happened. He's basically trying to say that he had to defend himself. Check this out, you guys. It's a terrible situation. Let me see. Let me make sure I got this right. Yeah, this is it right here. Let's go.
Well, we're going to begin tonight at 5 with our big story. Prosecutors say he pulled out a gun and shot his father multiple times.
But the Milwaukee 18-year-old, now charged, says there's more to the story. Our Durante Matthews live with why the teen says he pulled the trigger.
Yeah, Kim and Ted, Corey Williams is now charged in the shooting death of his father. The shooting happened last week, and Williams was in court today. He says he picked up a gun in self-defense.
Wisconsin versus Corey Williams.
Mere months after turning 18, Corey Williams is facing adult charges.
And obviously the allegations in this complaint are very serious.
Prosecutors say it all started last week in this apartment building on West Atkinson.
This is an extremely sad case for a variety of reasons.
Court records say Williams and his mother went to his father's apartment. They were picking up Williams' other siblings. Police say the 18-year-old told them he had been living with a relative after his dad kicked him out weeks ago. A criminal complaint says at some point Williams' parents started arguing and he stepped in. He says his dad had a gun in his hand, grabbed him by his collar, and began tossing him around.
Mr. Williams tells me that this is not the first time that the alleged victim has abused him.
Prosecutors say Williams told police he grabbed a different gun and shot his dad more than 5 times. This includes the arm, shoulder, chest, and groin. During court Monday, Commissioner Barry Phillips questioned if Williams' father really had a gun.
I need to know if he had a gun. It's a big difference in what the situation is if he did or didn't.
Prosecutors say police did find 2 guns, but the state didn't know if a gun was found by the body.
Other family members say that they did not see either person with the firearm.
Family members told Fox 6 last week Williams was the one who killed his father. Police questioned him the next day. He then confessed. Now, both the state and defense say Williams has no prior criminal history. Court records show his cash bond was set at $10,000. He's not allowed to have access to any weapons either.
Oh boy, am I getting, yeah, but it's happening in all of our cities, all of our towns, y'all. Again, pray for the soul of the father, as well as the son who has to go through this stressful time. The mother who was there, and the brothers and sisters. We ask that you give them peace as well as strength to go through this terrible time. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Too much going on. I told you guys, and I hate to be like this, but I told you before the summer, it's going to get crazy. And I'm staying in the crib. And I'm not fear-mongering. People are like, oh, you fear-mongering, Bugatti. No, it's a lot of ignorant people out here. And there's a lot of situations going on out here where people can't deal with being social with people anymore. After COVID and we stayed in the house for so long, we didn't have those interactions. We're on the internet so much. So we can't have a conversation before we go to violence or something crazy. We go to whatever we see that's been written or whatever like that. Society has been like taken back, where it's like we back to like caveman days, and now we get to come outside and now we running around acting crazy now. It's crazy. Plus it's hot out here. People broke. There's a lot of elements that add to this. I'm not blaming one situation. I'm blaming a whole lot of situations. But we as people got to work on them one at a time or something, try to get better. I don't have the answer. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I can just report what's going on, and hopefully we can look at that and get better from what we're seeing. What we got out here, make dad king again. There you go. Yeah, make dad king again. Make him spank that butt and stop telling people that they can go call the cops on your father when it's time to get a whipping. And women, check this out. How about keep the daddy in the house? We kind of good in the house. We can stay. You ain't got to go to the precinct and say that we did something to get Section 8. Oh, you ain't think we know that? Yeah. Go try to make a case on us. Oh, what happened to the father? Oh, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yes, you have to get some protection. Now we're going to we know the scams and all of that stuff too. We're not stupid. Not everybody, but we up on it. Because some of us actually part of it. Yeah, exactly. Not me, though. I know about it. Shelton, PA. We got to go over to this Steelton mayor situation where they shut down these businesses after a powwowing occurred. He orders it immediately to be closed. I never saw a mayor that actually shut down a business, and he used the proclamation to do it. Everything you're describing is how the fascist bull starts. Okay, Mandy, what else you got? Everybody is a victim now, okay? And what else we got? Crazy Natalie. What else we got? So sheltered. Yeah, a lot of people are sheltered. Not like we were when we was coming up, huh? Had to go outside, boy, go drink from that water hose. And how about this? If you keep coming in the house, you're going to wind up having to stay in here. Had the steel bikes. I'm not talking about taking them. I'm talking about the heavy bikes that are made of steel. I actually had a bike that didn't have an inner tube. It was a steel something inside of the rim. There was no way for that bike to ever go flat. But was it heavy? Oh my God. I had to bring that bike up 6 flights of steps. But you know I ain't care. It was orange. Had the rain guards on it and everything like that. But the tires, I don't know where they found this bike at. It didn't have inner tubes. It was like steel under the rubber. You ever heard of a bike like that?
We're learning more tonight about a shooting in Steelton that led the mayor to shut down a lounge.
We now know police shot the suspected gunman. Mallory Metzner has more.
Scared me, wake me up out of my bed.
Clarence A. Roach woke up to the sound of gunfire before 4 a.m. Sunday.
And I said, oh my Lord, here it is again. Somebody's shooting around here.
Evidence markers lined Pine Street. Dauphin County District Attorney...
I'd rather hear Clarence Roach a little bit more. Scared me, woke me up out of my bed.
Franchardo says nearby Steelton police officers heard the shots. The suspect is 32-year-old Kenneth Cox.
We have now charged with aggravated assault and being a person unlawfully in possession of a firearm because of a prior conviction.
Sound like somebody
for
on
aggravated assault,
Boondocks.
for which he did 5 to 10 years in a state penitentiary.
Chardo says after a physical disagreement, Cox fired 13 rounds, striking a victim in the leg.
In the attempt to take him into custody after he fired numerous shots, the one Steelton officer fired on him and struck him.
Steelton Mayor Sierra Dent issued an emergency proclamation, quote, in response to this event and the ongoing safety concerns surrounding the establishment, ordering activities at Soul Lounge to cease and desist until the Borough Council can be briefed on the incident.
I have friends that go there, so it's like I'm concerned for their safety, I'm concerned for my safety.
Cox was hospitalized as a result of the shooting. Chardo says the victim was less seriously injured.
Hi, I'm Eric Finkenbinder from...
I'm concerned for your friends. They look like they could be your suppliers. Kind of numb on that bottom lip. She said, I'm concerned for my safety, and I'm concerned for my friends' safety too. Because I don't know where they at, and I've got a little scratch going on. I need to take care of this, and I can't find them. She's kind of twisted. I don't know what was going on with her. Let's get on over to the White House where Trump hosted this Benjamin Netanyahu dinner, and he was asked by reporters, are the tariffs negotiable? Okay, good looking out. Who we got here? We got 111 BKNYC with the Bente $20 super chat. We appreciate you, 111 BKNYC. Everybody, show some love to 111 BKNYC because y'all know it's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get the money for the rent. Even though we don't ask for it, we appreciate it because we got a little bit of coffee in the kitchen. But we normally try to get those numbers up to let more people know what we got going on over here. But if you can, we do appreciate it. We do appreciate it. I ain't turning down nothing but my collar right now. There ain't nothing, I ain't turning down nothing. So y'all got something on it? Slide it to me. Slide some oil to me and make me feel where I get that from. Where I got that from. Yeah, I'm telling you, I can go in right now. I can keep on going. Let's go on over here to this meeting and see what's going on with this tariff situation. Because you guys always want to talk about the money, 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 money. When I say tariffs, when I say taxes, when I say trade, y'all be like this. That's right. So if y'all want to talk about the money, let's get on to the money. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Mr. President, are the tariff letters that you sent today final offers, or are they negotiable?
Well, that's final offer.
So South Korea, Japan should take it or leave it?
We're always subject to negotiate something that's fair, but we've talked to most of the countries, and pretty much they've had their way for many, many decades, as you know. And it was time that we just wanted fairness. This is not really equitable from our standpoint because it's just a small token by comparison to the damage that's been done over the years, but we had no other president that was willing to do this. I did it in my first term with China and others. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars of tariffs. No inflation, the most successful period of time that we've ever had financially in the country. The first term, I think this term is going to be much better, even much better than that. That was the best ever, and this is going to be, I think, substantially better. And we're on the way to doing that. We've already taken in over $100 billion worth of tariffs, and we haven't even started. And all I say to the other countries is, you know, some of them wanted to make a deal and want to be fair. Others perhaps got a little bit spoiled. They were a little bit spoiled because for 30, 40 years, 50 years, they were taking advantage of the country. So we're going to, I would say final, but if they call with a different offer and if I like it, we'll do it.
And the August 1 deadline, I mean, is the August 1 deadline firm now? Is that it? Or could you move it again?
No, I would say firm, but not 100% firm. If they call up and they say, would like to do something a different way, we're going to be open to that. But essentially, that's the way it is right now. Yeah.
You know, we like to get it from the horse's mouth. So y'all see what's going on. 90 days. It was supposed to be what happened to 90 trade deals in 90 days. He answered the question. We got to keep on moving, because now we're going over to Manchester, that's acting like Manhattan, New York, because sadly this is what I've already saw for New York and Los Angeles. CCTV is about to show us high levels of violence against what? Manchester airport police. They're going over to somebody to try to have conversations, boom, get pushed back. Not only pushed back, get knocked around. Check this out, you guys. I want you guys to see what's going on over in Manchester. Let me get this screen open. Check this guy out that they got with the circle around him. These two guys right here. A video supplied shows the Crown Prosecution Service. Okay, let me go ahead and get that out the way. Skip that ad. Okay, Prosecution Service. They were trying to service a warrant on one of these guys, and basically there's going to be some pushback here, as you guys can see. They're approaching them. The video appears to show Mohammed Fahir and his brother Mohammed, 26, attacking the arresting officers. So now they're trying to take him into custody. His brother's fighting him back. Now he's kicking and punching the officer over there. Punched the lady in her face twice. Oh, she's catching it. Oh, she can't even fight against him. Now he's going over there to fight the other cop. She's down. Her nose is already busted. And she's about to, yes, they already hurt. They already hurt. The women are down. The women were done. I don't know how this woman got. I don't know what's that about. Ooh, caught her in the mouth with the taser. Saw that. The police had been called after a report that they allegedly assaulted a recently arrived passenger. She got cracked in the mouth down there with that taser. I guess they got everybody here. They got him over there. They got the heat out now. So yeah, Manchester, both men are charged with causing actual bodily harm. Ooh, they pounding him out a little more over there. Okay, should have never fought them like that. But I tell you one thing, those DEI officers that they had over there, they're lucky they had those men with them, and that what appeared to be some type of bear spray, because they wasn't going to be able to handle them with them hands. Y'all saw them getting like rock'em sock'em robots. Here it is in the United States. We support President Trump, says Daniel. We got the madman that says not reserved are there to be the stock before we see any. Okay, what else you got over here? You got Johnny that says these cops are just bad at their jobs. Bad at their jobs. Johnny, you see what I'm talking about. Chad C says no one supports a guy that hate half the people he rules over. It's so dumb. Dementia Donnie at his finest. Okay. Liberty and Justice says, Chad, we used to have Biden in office, remember? Okay, let's keep on going, y'all. We got to go on over to Milwaukee, where we got this teen that's been charged in the pow of his father. And he said we already did that one. He said he was defending himself. That was the one that we already showed. We got to go to Milwaukee now, where this woman was robbed of her expensive designer sunglasses in broad daylight. So imagine you're in the store with your husband. You got on some expensive glasses. Not your husband, but a friend. You got on some expensive shades. Someone just walks in, takes your shades off your eyes and walks out and actually has a weapon. It's crazy. I can't believe this. This is Milwaukee right here, you guys. And it happened where? Broad daylight. Got it on video. And people are brazen nowadays, and that's what they're doing. Check this craziness out here.
Milwaukee police are looking for the person who robbed a woman and then pulled out a gun.
Surveillance captured the robbery right here. Aaron Mabin has what the suspect was after and why it had so much meaning to the victim.
He did it and walked out.
Watch as an SUV rolls into frame. It's just...
Now, don't even look at this as human beings. Look at this as Grand Theft Auto simulation. And then you'll see what I'm talking about when I say this. It's just like a video game.
After 2:20 on July 3rd, when a person gets out of the passenger side, his face partially covered as he makes his way into the Citgo at 60th and Hampton. He clearly has his eye on a man and woman at the counter. Seconds later, he pulls what appears to be a gun out of his waistband. Then he leans in and snatches the sunglasses right off the woman's face, pointing a gun.
He was like, back up, I'll shoot you. I'm not gonna lose my life over no glasses. I backed up and he took off running out of the door.
The victim spoke with Fox 6 over the phone.
Not good, shaking up a bit.
We're not...
Now, if you can see, her husband was peed off. He was like, because he had that heat, right? And not only that, you could tell it was a YN. He had an shiesty. Like I told you guys, they need to ban the ski mask. What are you riding around with a ski mask on? As a matter of fact, if you got a ski mask on, come here, get against the wall. Oh, but you profiling me. You're right. I'm profiling you right now. Get your ass up against this wall. Come on. And then the whole time he walked in with the big bulge right there. You saw the whole thing going down. They couldn't do nothing about it. What y'all got for me in these comments? Who should implement the labor into prison insurance scam because this is okay, senseless? Yes, I agree. WTF? Let me see him for a sec. Yeah, he said nice glasses. DJ Mod said nice glasses. Let me see him for a sec. Wow, groundbreaking, crazy. Liberty and Justice says I could tell the way that he walked in, something was going down. Exactly. Natalie says they wouldn't be allowed in the store when we were kids. Exactly. Liberty and Justice says there's no more COVID. I don't understand why everyone is wearing a ski mask in the store and hoodies in the wintertime. Black ones.
Identifying her because she's worried about her safety. She did tell us these Cartier sunglasses are about a lot more than the designer label.
Those were given to me by my late fiance who passed away due to gun violence.
This thief was bold, stealing and pointing a gun at someone in the middle of the day. And there are cameras all around this store, so it's possible that he saw himself being projected on this big TV before committing the crime and running off.
What?
Ooh. We showed the video to people near the scene of the robbery.
Over glasses? You would be willing to take somebody's life over glasses? It's not okay.
Milwaukee police crime data shows there have been roughly 748 robberies this year. That's down nearly 200 compared to this time last year. But neighbors say they've started to hear more about sunglasses thefts in recent months.
I guess it's just a new trend. Everybody's just taking glasses.
Yeah, because they want to front with them because they're expensive. You know what I do? Y'all seen what I did. They gonna be mad if they get my sunglasses. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can watch you as you scheme and dream. Look like some expensive ones, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the club or whatever like that. I'm doing my thing or whatever, you know. Y'all already know where I got them from if y'all been around for a long time. There's a video showing you where I got them at, right? So now I'm in the club, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing. And they walk up, give them up, Bugatti. Hey, you got it bad. You know it's wrong. Hang up and then the call. You got that. I'm giving them up. You know why? Got them on Chinatown. They was on the ground. They was about $15. Get the bootleg ones. Don't even care. As soon as they come up on you, you got it, fam. They might get mad at you, though, if they know quality. They might say, hey, you got these fake air glasses you trying to get off on me? Might get mad and still pop you one good one. So you better be careful. But me, I don't got that problem. Roll up on me if you want to. Yeah, y'all see it? Y'all see it, right? I'll be up in the club like this. Fronting hard like, yo, what's good, son? Yeah, no doubt. Somebody, yo, Bugatti, give up them glasses. Oh, man, yeah, you got it, son. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it, bro. You got it. You got it. You got it. It's all you. That's all you. That's all you. No doubt. No doubt. Don't even know he got some fake glasses from Canal Street and I only paid $20 for. That's how you do 'em, boy. That's how you do 'em. Well, your Natalie says, I leave mine in the car and wear $10 ones out now. There you go. Yes, sir. Love the video. You saw that video, Casey. What else y'all got? That's how you got to get them sometime. That's how you get them. Yeah, that's how you get them. Liberty and justice. Oh, shoot. What that guy? Yeah, you got to get the fake ones. You got to get the bootleg ones. Where the other ones when you go on vacation, when you're on the beach? You know, you see somebody running up with an AR-15. You can't do nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? But you got a better chance of wearing the real ones when you're on the beach or when you're on vacation. We got to keep on moving, y'all, because we got to get these witnesses that describe all this chaos that was going on at this TARTA bus station as a stranger attacked the driver with a needle and still nabbed him in the neck with the needle. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Let's keep on going. I know y'all ain't think it was over. Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen because we still getting it going. We got this TARTA situation over here. Tartar. I don't know where that's at.
A man is under arrest tonight accused of attacking a TARTA bus driver. It happened just after 10 o'clock this morning near Bancroft and Parkwood. Sophia Periconi is live in studio tonight. Sophia, this incident unfolded right in front of the passengers.
Yeah, Melissa, passengers on board the bus described the scene as just chaos. One bus rider said the driver wasn't doing anything wrong when a man boarding the bus attacked the driver with a needle.
What started as a normal morning at the TARTA bus stop on Bancroft quickly took a turn.
Next thing I know, all chaos broke loose.
Jimmy Davis was on the bus when a man who appeared intoxicated got on after him around 10:15 Tuesday morning. Davis says the driver told the man he couldn't bring alcohol on board. That's when the man allegedly exposed himself to the driver.
So then the guy pulled his pants down and pulled his pants out and was shaking his pants in front of his face.
The driver, again, told the man to get off the bus, but he didn't. That's when Davis says the other man attacked the bus driver with a needle.
Just all of a sudden, he stuck him right here in the face with a needle. When he stuck him in the face with a needle, and then they start wrestling and tussling.
Davis says the man ran off. Toledo police say he was later arrested. The bus driver was taken away in a TARTA SUV and was given medical attention.
Safety and security for our passengers and for our team members, of course, they continue to be our highest priority. And so we're going to treat them as their highest priority.
Andy Cole with TARTA says the agency continues to enhance safety for everyone on board. They've added cameras to buses, upped police presence at facilities, and introduced de-escalation training to drivers.
The agency continually evaluates and adjusts its safety practices to respond to events such as this, to questions, to concerns. It's something we are always looking at.
No word on the condition of the driver just yet, but
I bet they stop messing with them if they say TARTA bus drivers can now carry pistols. They're gonna say, what you talking about? What you talking about, TARTA? What do you mean TARTA can now? Yeah, I bet you all of that change up if they say TARTA bus drivers can now carry pistols. They're gonna say, how you doing, sir? Have a good day. Correct change. Do you mind if I have a seat? No problem. No, nothing, no problem. Have a good day. You ain't gonna have no problems if you hear something like that. Let them start being able to carry so now that they can defend themselves against thunts like that. What y'all think about that? Too many evil, sick people walking the streets. Natalie, what else you got? Tell my girl you can take the $10, okay, off and make it look more like $10. I don't know what you're talking about. That's scary. A bus driver just caught HEPC and HIV. Yes, that's nasty. Hepatitis C and HIV. That's nasty. Brandon says sounds like SEPTA in Philly. Natalie says my town, these weirdos will knock a window out while you're walking at the light. That's crazy, man. Let's keep on going, you guys. I can't believe these two stray dogs, because what they did, this was kind of crazy right here. Now, let me tell you what I'm lining up right here. I never really looked at an animal the way that I have to look at a dog now. We all look at dogs that say they're our best friends, they're phenomenal, they're cute, they're cuddly and stuff like that. But did you actually know that dogs have a heart to the point where they understand what's going on around them? They understand situations. They understand bad situations. And believe it or not, they will rescue you if they have no choice. We got a situation right here with these three little poodles, these three little dogs. One is a house dog. The other ones are like strays that hang out in the neighborhood, or they probably live somewhere else. Long story short, one of them got hit by a car. The one that got hit by a car was in the lane, and the cars were just still coming through. And these other two dogs saw their friend that was about to get hit soon. They went into the street, into traffic, to make a bigger presence. Were barking to try to get the cars to stop. Number two. Number three, the cars did not stop. Do you know these dogs literally dragged that dog to the side of the road, barked and kept on barking until they got him to get himself together? This is a 14-minute clip. We have the entire link in the description so you guys can see the whole thing. I can't play the whole thing. I'm going to be speeding up sections of it. Told you basically what it breaks down, but when you see this story, you're going to have a total different thought process when it comes down to dogs. Check this out. First thing you're going to see is this little dog, this little guy get hit. Then you're going to see his buddies come help him. Check it out. So he's in the lane. He's in the lane. That's him right there. That's him. Cars are still coming. His buddies are up there, saw him get hit. And there's still cars coming. It turns out they're friends of his. His name is Wang Wang. That's his name, Wang Wang. He lives right here. His friends see, they investigate in the area right now and smelling what could have possibly happened. So they see that he was hit there and slid all the way over there. He's literally smelling the trace area where he fell from. Then he walks over to him. This is a different angle. He laying motionless on the ground. These two come to his side trying to wake him up. In traffic, it's just not coming right now. Watch this. Shaking his tail. I don't know about you guys, but this is when I'm gonna tell you some stuff that I feel personally. I feel like the energy from the two of them is going into the dog and helping him, even though they're not doing nothing major. They're there with him and they got positive energy. They're smelling on him, barking a little bit. Cars are still coming. How dare you not stop and see what's going on with this baby in the street? I can't believe it. How dare this fool do what he's about to do? Just straight to the throat, call me what you want. Straight to the throat, okay? They see he's not getting no help. Ain't nobody getting out the car to help this dog at all. Nobody coming to help him. I gotta speed this up, like I said, 14 minutes of cars passing, motorcycles passing. They trying to get him up. Still wagging his little tail up there. Still not giving up on his friend. This one is limping. Now watch them almost get hit by cars right now. Don't even care. They gonna start, watch this, and they gonna start barking at the cars. Like, oh, y'all not gonna come help him? Well, hell with it, whatever. They gonna stay right there now. They're not even leaving. Whatever, we not moving, whatever. Do what you gotta do, go around us. 'Cause y'all not helping us. Little dude up there ain't even thinking about going nowhere. But look at this. Where's the heart at? I could never do nothing like this myself. I would have to get out that car. You see that dog laid out right there. But no, he goes around. Where's your heart at? Oh, it's a stray. Now we gotta fast forward a little bit, because if it wasn't for the little guys doing what they do, that little dog would have been gone. And I have to do it, like, I don't have like the time stamp. I was just like peed off watching this. But watch this. They get tired of waiting. He flips him over. And I guess he grabs him by the nape of his neck or something like that. And this little dog is dragging this other dog out of harm's way right now. He ain't gonna stop. He stopped right there to get some energy, I guess. He's gonna keep on going until they get him all the way to the side. And this is what I'm gonna say straight up, the energy from this dog, the love in his heart, whatever, he gonna start barking at that little dog gonna get up and start limping. I never thought two strays would do so much to save my dog. That's his friends for real. He saw this from the closed circuit TV when he got home and still dragging him to the side. Pawing him. Now they gonna start barking at him. Look, good boy. That's right. Nobody was there to help him. Look at this. Grabbed him by the back like where his mother would have grabbed him when he was a puppy. See that? I don't know if y'all got time for this, but I'm gonna let it rock. This is our bottom line, the last scene that we doing today, letting y'all know early. I ain't even going no further than this. This is it. He ain't give up on him. He did not give up on that dog. Look, he like, man, all right, stop biting me on the back. He like, well, get up then, fool. Get up. I want to make sure I'm gonna bite you again if you don't get up. Get up. Get up. I want to make sure you're all right. Get up. And that's what they gave him when he came home. He deserved that and more. Got a nice plate with some food, some sausages. I would have took all them dogs. And they need to get out the street. Yeah, I would have took them in the crib after that. Yeah, I would have took them in. I know you guys probably like, why Bugatti let all that play? Normally he's 2 minutes. He's the 2-minute brother on the clips because when it comes down to dogs, they get that. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. And like I always tell you, if y'all want to make some money, go on to that link in the description. You're going to make some money and I'm going to make some money too. How? Because there's surveys in there up until $750 today, you guys. That's right. Also, if you're a business, I don't know what you got going on. You might have a barbecue hook up to the back of a truck. You might be a mobile barber. You might be a groomer. I don't know what you got going on, but we got over 35,000 subscribers over here that want to know. So send your promotion over to me at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Make sure it's 1080 by 1080 so it fits in the post notification area in YouTube. Also, you guys know what we got going on. We got that Show Your Talent search going on. That's right, up in Throgs Neck in the Bronx this week. That's right, we're going to be in Throgs Neck in the Bronx on the 26th of this month. We're doing the Show Your Talent search. That's where the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, everybody from those boroughs, they come together, show us their talent, and boom, they get $250 per borough. That's right. I want to see your talent because I'm the host. I'm going to be the one there hosting and checking out your talent. Also, it's going to be sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. Anybody that wants to be a part of the talent show, all you got to do is go over to www.drinkbigdrip.com. At the bottom, you're going to see a notification area where you can join the mailing list. Put your email in there. Make sure that you let us know that you're 21 and older, and boom, you're already signed up to be a part of the Show Your Talent search, where you can make up to $250 per borough. And after we bring it all together, we got one location in Manhattan where one person is going to be able to make $1,000 and say they won the Show Your Talent search. That's right, you guys. Love to give back to our people. And like I always tell you guys, it's the day of the week. What is it? Wednesday. Get some fresh air. Drink some water. Woosah. And keep on moving and don't stop. No, don't let nobody stop you. Problems present opportunities. Anytime you see a problem out there, understand there's a solution to it. Don't give up. Keep on pushing. Be determined. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. See you guys tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the morning. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become a member, as well as turn on those post notifications so that you know when we're on. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. This has been a phenomenal episode to me. Let's get it done. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. And with that being said, It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. See you tomorrow, y'all. Get 'em! One. Peace.